Next topic is Jeff Hardy, who, people have been kind of wondering, why is he not doing more in WWE? We want to see him do more. Well, Jeff did the Broken Skull sessions with Steve Austin, and he had this to say about his career. He says, I've never pitched. He was asked if he'd pitched into Vince McMahon. I've never pitched. Matt was always the pitch guy during the Hardy Boys thing. He was always the guy, the more sociable guy compared to me. But yeah, I've never pitched one idea to Vince. I always go to
Well,
Michael Hayes usually when I have an idea that I feel really passionate about, because he's not a great mind. He's got a great mind for it. I'm not afraid to think outside the box. Not afraid to go somewhere that I'm kind of, it's intense. So yeah, I've got a few ideas. I'll go to Michael, see how he reacts. But he says, now I'm at a crossroads. Right now it's time for some ideas. It's time for an idea that I think I've kind of figured out. But I just need to kind of pitch and see what happens, because Matt's not there. It's up to me, and I'm not a big political type of guy or businessman or whatever. But I do have these ideas that are possible. But then that's where my personality has to really commit to whether I want to do it and try and commit to it 110%. So I mean, it's interesting to hear that, Finn, that of all this time, he's never done that, and we hear time and time again that the way to get to Vince McMahon and the way to get through to him is to go and go and speak to him, go and create
yeah.
that relationship with him. So if Jeff's not doing that, maybe that does kind of explain why Jeff Hardy just kind of seems to be in limbo.
Yeah, I think we discussed this on what's going down. I mean, Sami Zayn won that battle royal last week on SmackDown, last eliminating Jeff Hardy. I mean, we believe, don't we, Kenny? That we believe that Hardy is going to somehow be involved with Roman Reigns in January, maybe on day, if not at day one, certainly at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So I think this is a red herring. Sami Zayn facing Roman Reigns. I think Jeff's in for a big run there with Roman in January, I think. But as far as pitching to Vince, yeah, well, Michael Hayes was temporarily the Hardy Boys manager, wasn't he, Kenny? We both remember that. We've got fond memories of that period in the Hardy Boys' career, haven't we? Back in '99.
We certainly have memories of it. I don't know if they're fond. I mean, Michael Hayes, has MD ever looked like a bigger goon in a pair of cargo pants than Michael Hayes? I mean, he just
Yeah,
looked like such a dad, didn't he? And he wasn't even 40 when he was wearing those. How is
yeah.
that possible?
I just don't understand it. But there again, you go back and look at Michael Hayes when he was in Memphis in 1979, when I think he was like 19 at the time or 20 or something like that. And you look at him and think, that guy's got to be in his 30s. He's just got to be. It's just. But I will say, Michael Hayes' defence, I think his attachment to the Hardys when he was installed as their manager, I think that was a turning point for them as an act. Because, they'd basically been like kind of glorified jobbers for a while. And I think when Hayes got involved with them, people then began to take them more seriously. And he spoke up from backstage. And I think he did do a lot to further Matt and Jeff's career in WWF. And I understand why Jeff goes to Michael Hayes, because it's familiar, it's comfortable. He knows what to say to Michael. And Michael probably then says to Jeff, well, yeah, I like that, but if we do this, then that would probably work better or would be received better by the people upstairs. But Jeff's right, and obviously he's acknowledged this. He needs to build that relationship with Vince. He needs to go to Vince and say, right, I'm your man. I'm ready for this feud with Roman. I think I've got so much to give to WWE right now. I think this is something that's going to be huge for me. It's going to be huge for Roman as well, at least until the Lesnar feud resumes proper. And I think it'd be really good for everyone. So yeah, to me, it's like it's almost like there's some sort of mental block or there's some barrier there, isn't there, that he can't bring himself to knock on Vince's office door. And I think that's something that he just needs to do. He needs to just get it over with. It's I think it's obviously going to be a big moment for him when he does it. But what is he now? Is he 44? I think he's 44, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was born in '77. He's been working for the company since, what was it, 95, I think it was. He was
Yes.
first did squash matches. So he's been there like 25, 26 years on and off. Now, if after that long having a relationship with WWF/E for that long, if you don't feel confident striding up, knocking on Vince's door and giving that door a good hard knock, not a little wimpy knock, he needs to hammer on that door. You know, Vince will respect that type of thing, and Vince would respect him as well, Kenny, in all seriousness, for going to him directly with an idea. And you know, he needs to do it next week, Kenny. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think he needs to do. I think you know, even if he does have the program with Roman Reigns after that, if he wants to do more stuff in WWE, he needs to speak to Vince. So that's the only way to make it happen. We did have a really good comment actually by Xavier Desmond saying if WWE had storylines as enthralling as the saga of Finn's bathroom, ratings would be through the roof. So there you go, Xavier with the big comments there. Also, thanks for the cheers, Matt.
The thing about that little story in the bathroom, right? Start, end, not really a middle. You know, we went straight to the finish, didn't we?
We did.
Yesterday, today. I mean, it's a nice, neat package. You know, we got it over with. Unlike that match, which went 43 minutes and 19 seconds, and it was a double KO.